Because there's always a need for a Harrison Ford.
Yeah. I don't know
In any world you're writing.
who's Harrison Ford now, because they've tried to remake him.
Oh man, I don't know, because none of them are tough for real. Harrison Ford is so tough that him in Shrinking is funny because it's Harrison Ford's tough ass.
Because he's terrifying. He's still terrifying.
You know, it's like that's Indiana Jones, my God.
Yeah. If he like got in your face,
it's a different thing
with that voice and everything. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if Chris Pratt didn't do comedy before he was Chris Pratt, like action star.
Right.
You know, maybe. But he also believes in Jesus too much. Like, we don't know what Harrison Ford believes. That's the mysteries there.
That's what I was going to say. Is the thing with Chris Pratt is there's too much Jesus going on.
You know what I'm saying? Which is nothing wrong with Jesus, but you just can't be Harrison Ford.
I'm not saying you can never get too much Jesus.
I'm just saying Jesus and Harrison Ford don't need each other.
Chris Pratt is a comedian, actor, and writer known for his standout run on Saturday Night Live, where he earned a Primetime Emmy Award for his work. A Chicago native, Chris has appeared in projects like Kenan, Popstar. His comedy special, Chris Read, Why Am I Like This, is on HBO. Chris, thank you for being on this show. We know that you're doing comedy, but what makes you specific? What makes you stand out in a way that other people don't? So I was watching stuff, I watched your special. I'm like, hey, what is this thing that sort of pops out? And there's a couple of things, but that sort of like best friend to frenemy thing, the stage presence of like, I know this guy and this guy's my friend. We could hang out. And then that thing that friends can only do, which is the what? Kind of get in your face. Yeah. I feel like you challenge the audience sometimes to a fight.
Yeah. A little bit.
Psychologically. You kind of get on the edge of the stage and I feel like you grab a person and get in their face a little bit.
Yeah. I always thought, I always gravitated towards people who could get a laugh immediately. You know what I'm saying? Richard Pryor was good at that.
Yeah.
And I also am really expressive, and I don't really know what face I'm making at any given time. And you can tell by any number of pictures that you've seen of me, like any photo, it's just like the wildest looking expression.
Yeah.
So I just know that like I learned this from like an improv teacher. I think they were like less is more, and I didn't know I was doing more. I was just had my face, and then I started like looking and paying attention and like, oh, okay, if I do this kind of thing, I'm just more expressive than most, so it can make something feel bigger than it is.
Yeah. So
how do I manipulate that? You know.
So is that the thing that like you didn't know you were doing for a while? Yeah,
it was just like I'm just over expressive about a lot of things. I guess I'm an emotional man, and so I just had to try to like hone that and control that power instead of just like not knowing what I look like at any given time, which I still kind of don't sometimes, but I do a lot more now than I used to. And I feel like I can control putting emphasis on things. I remember my friends always would tell me, they would retell stories of us having debates, and they were like, yeah, you got so mad. I'm like, I wasn't mad.
You weren't feeling it.
Fucking passionate about some shit.
Yeah.
So I always come off a little bit more of what I am than I actually am.
Yeah, which is really interesting because I feel like for me personally, my connection to that is like the reverse. I'm like nothing, and then inside, I'm dying.
I just like to play with the levels of emotion. Yeah, and also I always feel a little uncomfortable being vulnerable. A little. I am uncomfortable being vulnerable, so the more vulnerable I am on stage.
How come?
Cause I just grew up emotional, but not taught not to show that. Mm-hmm. So my whole adult life has been trying to deconstruct that belief system, but it's still in me. So like I still feel the feelings of it, even though I logically know it's okay.
Yeah.
So when I do something vulnerable, then I feel that feeling, and then I take it out on the audience in the most loving way I can by balancing out that vulnerability.
Yeah.
Like I said something vulnerable, now I want you to say something vulnerable, and then seeing them be vulnerable eases my shit, and then I can go even deeper into my shit.
And that's an interesting combination, and a more rare thing to have that improv background. Second City, yes?
Yeah.
Plus doing stand-up, which usually it comes from just one direction. Are you doing stand-up and let's try some crowd work type of thing?
Right.
But you've got that whole skill set. Do you ever watch like another comedian that's doing crowd work, maybe with less of that sort of improv skill set, and you're like, okay, I see the gaps and I could fill in somewhere that way, or
I can identify when it's someone who is just great on off the top,
yeah,
and who's doing it because they're floundering or they don't have a direction or they've given up giving the audience their material because they're not responding a certain kind of way.
yeah.
Which is, all of those things are fine. I feel like there's too many podcasts of people just deeming crowd work a certain kind of thing.
Right.
And it's just like, can we just fucking get over it? But I do, yeah, I just, you could just identify it. You know, there's a difference between somebody just like filling the holes where they didn't have a bit versus a Rory Scovel, you know what I'm saying, who's
So
just
funny.
leaning into every moment whether he knows where he's going or not.
Yeah.
And like, that's just, there's a confidence, there's a skill set there, you know, that's just different, you know what I mean?
Someone like Rory, who to me I'm such a huge fan of.
Yeah,
He's got that particular thing too of just, he probably doesn't even see the thing that the audience sees, that is so funny. So that sort of skill set I think is particularly interesting. Is there a comedian that you ever see that you're like, man, like you admire a particular thing that they do, but you're like, I could never do that thing?
Yeah, man. I wanted to be a one-liner guy.
Oh.
Before when I started comedy, so like Mitch Hedberg I was like, oh
Mitch
God, I
Hedberg.
would love to do that.
Yeah.
So I loved Dimitri Martin, you know, Mark Norman, you know, Mark's more of the new age,
Yeah.
per se, but like still like masters at that kind of thing. And I remember just like writing them and loving writing them, and I still write them and they're in my set, but they're attached to this thing because I can't not tell a story about it. I cannot formulate something like a little bit more, you know, in depth.
Some context.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
So I just really admire those guys that can just like bing 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 bing, the Jeselniks, the, you know what I'm saying,
Oh, yeah.
guys who can just like like, I like that shit. But
To be a huge douche is, I think it's a Hemingway quote. I could be totally off on this, but it's you have to be willing to murder your darlings. Meaning, you know, when you're writing, you're gonna have some things that you really really love that don't serve the larger story.
yeah,
And being able to be willing to cut that stuff out so that the whole story can sort of elevate, type of a thing. There's like one line comedians where there's just no fat whatsoever.
Yeah.
The discipline to do that
yeah.
is incredible. All right, I am really really interested in how you write comedy, because you come from SNL,
Yeah.
and you come from improv, you're doing stand-up. Has that shifted? Like I did like a Master of Finance writing program for dorks a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I remember going into it and I had a very particular writing style. And then I got in there and it was like, oh, there's kind of a tone in this program, and started writing towards the program.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of had to alter the voice that came out. And I was like, I don't even know what the hell my voice is anymore.
Yeah.
I had to kind of like try to refine it, which I'll let you know when I do. It's been about 20 years. But what was that like? Was there a shift to that? You feel like, oh man, I kind of lost a part of it, or I had to regain it, or I had to change it?
I mean, my writing style shifted. Before SNL, I could sit down and just write bits all day, and I still do that. But I could write them like verbatim. I write them, and then or I would just have an idea of something I want to talk about in front of people, and if I feel strongly about it emotionally, in any kind of way, then I feel like up there I'll take some swings.
You just start. You have the
Yeah.
sort of kernel of it.
Yeah, but I started trying to write every word I was gonna say,
Yeah.
and that doesn't work because it keeps me feeling boxed in.
Yeah.
So what this SNL taught me is that there's many different ways to write. Like, so I mean, sometimes I'll just talk a joke out, record that, and then I watch my sets like the NFL watches game tape, you know, in a way where I'm like, because there'll be a bit that'll come out of like a transition thing I did with somebody, or like I'm like, oh yeah, that, and then because I'm always trying to try new jokes, it's just I'm always also open to letting things happen how they happen. So sometimes I'll miss the opportunity to try something, or I'll forget the idea that I actually had, and then I'll go back and hear it, and I'm like, oh, that I was trying to get to that, and then it'll spark something, and I'll write the setup, or I'll write something that's remember that I can look at it and go, oh yeah, I gotta try this.
Yeah.
But like I can't finish the joke anymore until I try it. Like, so
Is that just because you don't know if it'll land, if it'll come out the way you're thinking about it?
I think my first initial thoughts of punchlines are the bad thoughts. Like they're not the good ones yet.
Uh-huh.
And I think I'm used to that now.
Do you mean bad as in like oh, I shouldn't say that out loud, or bad as in like it's just not quite right?
It's gonna work.
Okay.
Like it just doesn't feel the strongest way. I just have to get it down out of my head, and then I'll say it again, and I'm like and then sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right. I'm super hard on myself too, so I'll just like, and then I'll write about a bunch of different topics all the time because I like to improvise. So I like to come off the top, but I also I feel that in order to be a great improviser, you have to write. You load yourself up with all these ideas and all these things that you like, and then when you're out there, it's like freestyle. That's I attribute it to that because that's how I learned.
Right.
But it's like, you're just kind of ready for whatever. Like when you see somebody battling, they're freestyling off the top, but they also have all these written that they just have in their head that they memorize, so that any moment that someone says turkey, like, I got a dope rhyme scheme about turkey. You know what I mean? Like even last night, somebody mentioned plane crashes. I've been diving into my fear of plane crashes and dying in groups for about 2 months.
Yes.
And I hadn't touched it. So when I was like, yeah, me too. And then I just went into my bit. They saw me after the show and they were like, that was incredible. Was that all off the top? That was insane.
And you say, yes.
Yeah, I was like, I am a genius.
Yes.
Tell everyone. No. But it is like,
but that's
kind of
practice.
Being ready for every kind of angle possible. And in that, when I hear people talk about crowd work, I'm like, well, we're talking about one kind of it. I think there is a higher tier level of it. I feel like doing that alone probably isn't the whole job. But if you've made a career off of that, that's
sure
cool. You know what I'm saying? I think for me, I think the technique working it in with the material is pretty tight. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
like a magic trick.
Yeah, you're literally taking shots out of nowhere. You don't know what's coming, and it's not like I can walk off like, damn, I ain't doing my monkey joke. Yeah, because no one said monkey, and I still have my my setups and my transitions into whatever I want to actually talk about. But it's just cool to write extra so that whatever happens, it can just feel like there's a little magic in the room.
Yeah, it's total sleight of hand. Yeah, it's and a little bit scientific method. It's sort of like, the more you write, the more opportunity.
The more it's numbers game too. On top of that, it's like somebody is gonna say something about porn, and I got this dope ass porn joke that goes nowhere in my set.
Yeah,
and it literally has nothing to do with anything. It's one of them jokes where I'm like, oh, I forgot this setup. Let me just do this joke until I can think
of a reset.
Yeah, I can think of it's something I know always. You know what I mean? Like I have those jokes that will once I post it, it'll be in the ether, and then I'll have another one of those jokes that just sits there as like one of them. You always, when you write like that, you don't always write to the theme of whatever you're trying to dive into, and that's how I like to. I'm scatterbrained, so I like to write like that.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll write a full thesis of a thing and not one punchline until I get on stage, and then that will turn into whatever the fuck I said.
Will you do like a stream of consciousness, like you're like airplanes, and then it's just like write a couple pages?
I don't want to die in a group. Why I don't want to die in a group? Because I saw this, because I see documentaries of women getting killed in groups, and you don't know none of the names.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And
that's in the special.
Huh?
Is that in the special?
No.
I saw that recently. Yeah.
I've been working that.
That idea though, because I don't want to die in a plane either. I hate flying sometimes. It stresses me out sometimes. But I've never, if anything, I've been on the opposite end where I'm like, it's just about me. Fuck everybody else on the plane.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're thinking about from that perspective, like I'm just gonna be lumped in this mass grave. I'm not gonna be named in this shit. But
yeah, bro. Like no one's gonna remember.
Yeah.
The story's gonna be about all these people.
And you never do. Like Malaysia, all these flights that like have gone down. It's like 350 souls.
It was souls. I'm sorry, I had a name.
Yeah. What about me?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's the last show I'll ever do.
Do you ever get on a plane and like look at me? This is the religious upbringing. You ever look at people and you're like, I think that person is pretty righteous. I think God will keep this playing. Or like a child. I'm like, the child's on here. God's not going to kill a kid until you like, think about the world and how many kids die all the time.
I don't know. I don't get that. It's like, I guess for me, I'm like a hopeful person. I'm like optimistic and shit.
Yeah.
I also have depression, so I'm also the other half of it. But when I'm not swimming in that,
You're like, things are going to be great. Or are they?
Right.
Is that what it is?
It's a constant civil war within my brain.
Yeah.
Emotional civil war. And
it'd be a crazy one if it was like the real one. You're like,
I'm not even multiple races.
No, I know. It'd be very confusing.
Sense.
Yeah, I know. You're like, why am I?
Who am I fighting?
Who am I fighting? Yeah, that'd be very confusing.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know when to stop losing hope in the flight. I've been on scary flights, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
About the second you lose hope, that's when it's gonna take you.
My wife is just like, she's like, I like flying because like it's out of my hands. I'm like, that's why I don't like. She's like, I have no control.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. I have no control over anything. So I don't know what's going on. I can't see out the front.
Yeah,
I'm like a kid in a car seat.
It's strong though, man.
It is.
If you thinking, yo, we're gonna make it
to
this motherfucking destination.
I'm counting on everyone else to have those positive thoughts for me.
Exactly. That's why. Yeah, that's one of my. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I say one of my jokes, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I talk about that exact thing of like, yo, everybody needs to be on one accord.
Yeah.
On this plane, everybody gotta be positive about
Yeah, we got the weakest link.
We don't want nobody ready to die on my plane, bro.
Yeah, it's
you die on your own time.
Yeah, go home and die in your bed like a man, or walk into the river in a field,
whatever you want to do.
Lay down and be dead.
Lay down and be dead.
I would like to die very Peaky Blinders, though. I would.
You would?
Very Peaky Blinders. Did you ever watch Peaky Blinders?
Not enough to understand what you mean by that.
I just mean like. It's the coolest way to die as a white guy. Okay. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. They've got, like the caps, and you could wear a suit, and there was like, Queens of the Stone Age is playing while you walk, and then you get shot in the face, something like that.
Oh my God!
I feel like that would be a good way. Okay. I think it's like the best possible way. I mean,
terrible for your family, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm God. I don't know. That's not my word. But we should do feats of strength now. We should like arm wrestle, leg wrestle.
Yeah.
Do things like this.
Feats of strength. Mm-hmm.
That should be a new show.
It should.
Feats of strength.
I thought you were pitching me a Fox show.
Yeah, feats of
strength.
Feats of strength, but it's people that don't work out at all. So it's like really like low. It's like pickle jars and stuff. Like it's like things that
with their feet.
With their feet.
Yeah.
And now it's a Tarantino film.
You know what I'm talking about?
We're going into something else.
Yeah, it's a bunch of feet and niggas dropped. It's just. It's like it's culturally relevant.
That's actually the name of his last movie.
He's like it's about an 1800 slave owner who also had a foot fetish.
The whole movie is like, dude, where's my car? But it's just people looking for shoes.
Yeah, but
they can never find the shoes,
and they can never fit them.
Never fit. It's like Cinderella.
Yeah,
they're going and they just can never get. But if they get it, they win. Something.
Slaves, I think. This is a really problematic script.
I feel like there's potential problems. We're gonna have to be specific. I'll give you some notes.
Yeah.
We'll get some.
Give me some notes on feet niggas, bro. I can't wait to see what they are.
Okay.
This podcast is special, bro.
Yeah.
I like
starring Chris Red. Yeah, and Quentin's gonna be in that one for sure.
Oh yeah,
that's one of those. That's like the what was the vampire one with Salma Hayek?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Put himself in
Dust Till Dawn. One of my favorite movies of all time.
So good.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Clooney and Tarantino.
Yeah, that was gritty Clooney too.
That was gritty Clooney. Remember that he did like 2 or 3 movies where he was trying to be gritty.
Yeah.
There was that one. There was the one with Jennifer Lopez.
Batman.
With the nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was already like handsome Clooney by then.
Yeah.
Which was always funny to me because he was a good Batman, but he's like, I'm not handsome Clooney, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
So funny.
I like it if like Batman was an ER doctor. Like he'd come in Yeah, ER. Like
Yeah.
George Clooney was Batman in ER. Do that crossover.
Oh, that's crazy.
But he comes in, you've got like a heart attack, and he's like, "What? I'll fix you." This was Avenue.
That's pretty tight.
It's pretty good.
But he would be tired.
He was tired.
Yeah, because
Well, he's up all night.
ER doctors are tired.
He's
and
doing
then
a double.
Batman, so he's doing a double shift.
Yeah, I'm really glad we went down this lane.
Yeah, man, it's important.
We're solving important issues.
Oh, we're gonna be hit with a bunch of the fan base of DC comics, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is fucking lies."
Yeah. Are you excited to get drafted into the Army?
Absolutely not.
No.
I'm ready for a fight at any given time, brother. I'm not gonna be out there warring with no plan.
No.
I'm not good without structure.
With bone spurs, like I've had a scope in my knee.
Yeah.
Get me out there.
Can a tweak in your back take you out the war? I don't know.
My dad was drafted to Vietnam and got chucked out for flat feet.
For flat feet?
Flat feet, so I
That's crazy.
don't see why the
I've
tweak
had
back.
the flattest feet in this bitch.
You do?
No, but I would have.
Oh yeah.
My feet so flat, y'all.
I think that's one of those things. I don't know how you tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Feet are
Either.
flat.
Back to feet and niggas.
Feet.
Everything circles back to feet and niggas, y'all.
And I don't think that we could end in a better way than that, Chris. Thank you for doing this,
My
man.
boy.
I appreciate you.
So cool. You're good at this, man.
Did I do all right?
Yeah, show him your notes.
What if all I had written all over this was feet and
Just feet. Just the whole word, just big. It's like, why is this so big?
you're like, wait, I have pictures of the showing feet.
And different niggas. It's like, this is LeBron James.
Oh my god.